That's great. So let's go for one of my guests today. We will talk to Bruno Costa. Let me see if he's online right now. Bruno Costa is the head of scouting at San Jose Earthquakes. He's right here. He's just getting connected.
Hey, Luiz.
Hey, Bruno. Thank you for your time. Appreciate your kindness. Today we have as a guest Bruno Costa. He's the head of scouting at San Jose Earthquake from MLS. So please make a short introduction about the professional background.
First, it's good to speak English with a Brazilian, but I think it's important to, give our insight in English. There's a lot of people that follow me also that speak English, so it makes it easier. I've been doing a lot of flags in Portuguese, so it's a good time. So I'm from Brazil. I came to US when I was 15 years old to play soccer. I went to high school here, played college soccer, Division One. Went back to Brazil in 2000 to try to play pro, got hurt, and in 2001, I applied for an internship in the Brazilian Football Federation, CBF, got accepted, started working as a team manager and also team administrator, also helping the scouting part for the Brazil youth national teams. Was a pretty good time where Brazil won the U20 World Cup in 2003, U17. There was 2002, Brazil won the fifth World Cup. There was another amazing moment at the Federation. After 6 years, I have the chance in 2007 to move to Fluminense as academy director and also as assistant GM, helping, of course, taking care of all the youth development of Fluminense, one of the top academies in Brazil and also in the world. A lot of top players came from Fluminense, Thiago Silva, Marcelo, as an example. Was also pretty good and amazing 4 years in Fluminense. In 2007, the first team, we won the Brazilian Cup for the first time ever. In 2008, we reached the Libertadores Cup final for the first time. We had more than 100,000 people in Maracanã Stadium for the final. Unfortunately, we didn't win, but it was a pretty good experience. 2009, the Copa Sul-Americana, South American Cup final. And also in 2010, after 25 years, Fluminense won the Brazilian League, Serie A. So was 4 amazing years in Fluminense. 2011, I had a chance to go over to Figueirense. That's the club where Roberto Firmino came from. That's the club where Felipe Luiz, the left back from the Brazil national team, also came from. We had a pretty good year. Figueirense was one of the top 5, top 6 clubs in the Brazilian Serie A for the first time ever. Was an amazing experience for myself, working in a different part of Brazil, south of Brazil. 2012, I went back to the national teams, was a chief scout for the youth national teams for Brazil for 4 years. But I also had the dream and desire to come back to America. And it happens in 2016, where I was the assistant GM and also chief scout for the Fort Lauderdale Strikers, the club that played the North American Soccer League, NASL. In 2017, I received a very good proposal to move to MLS and become the director of scouting for the San Jose Earthquakes, one of the clubs, the most traditional clubs in U.S. soccer. The club was founded in 1974, participating in the MLS. So it was a pretty good experience. And it's been almost 20 years. And it's been an amazing journey.
Perfect. So about your team, what are the strategies to keep you on with the fan engagement, the straight contact connection with your fans? What are you guys doing of now or planning to do for the next weeks?
Luiz, I think it's an unprecedented time for everyone. It's new. We've never been through this kind of situation, but We've been home on quarantine for 5 weeks already. All the players we've been doing a lot of things. If you guys follow the San Jose Earthquakes website, our head coach, Matias Almeida, everybody knows him for his long hair, and he took over Instagram for one day, and he kind of, shaved his head, for a good cause for sure. And Tom Thompson, one of our players, another player, he's been doing a lot of tricks with the fans, like stay home challenge, like juggling balls and everything, doing some soccer tricks. So we've been trying to keep our players and also our staff, very engaged with our fan base.
Perfect. In terms of game day revenue, there is a possibility of not only the MLS but other major leagues come back with the games in a couple weeks or on August. I don't know. In terms of game day revenue, what do you think it will affect the general revenue of the team?
MLS, it comes from game days. So it's we don't. Everybody's expecting and waiting to see when soccer and soccer life is gonna come back to normal, right? So we are waiting. I think MLS just released a memoriam right now, extending the beginning of the league for June 10th. We know this can go longer and longer. I'm sure they're working on different options. It's been affecting everyone. You know that. The game day, as we spoke before, it's the biggest revenue for any MLS teams. But so I think it's a matter now to wait, keep our fans engaged and keep our players healthy. And the most important, keep the population healthy.
Sure. To talk about keeping the players healthy, we know that every league has this period of preseason training to get back on a good performance and avoid and prevent potential injuries. You think those trainings at home can decrease the technical performance for sure and the strength and conditioning? What are you guys thinking on when you go back to the in-field training to cut off those times at home, to get back to the greater performance?
Luis, we know that it's not the same. Some players, they live in a house, other players live in an apartment. Some place there is the obligation to stay inside their apartments, inside their house. So that's why U.S. is a very big country. It's like a continent. But we've been trying to Guido Bonini, our strength and conditioning coach. He's been sending, the weekly schedule to all the players. We have a very professional group of players. They've been trying to do as much as they can to keep their health and also taking care of their food, the nutritional part. We also have a nutritionist that has been sending all the menu and all the information to the players. I'm sure when we come back, and not only here in MLS, but in any league in the world, the players are going to need at least 2-3 weeks to get back. They're going to need another preseason to get back on their fitness and be ready for for the rest of the season when it happens, right?
Sure, perfect. Finally, what do you foresee in the following years, having as a apex of soccer 26 World Cup? What do you foresee as the industry in the United States?
Luis, I think it's we all know we're very fortunate to be working in the U.S. right now. I've been, the first time I came to the U.S. I was 15 years old, 1995. That's 1 year before MLS started playing, 96, and 1 year after the World Cup. I think the World Cup in 94 was a difference maker for this new generation. That's why MLS and US Soccer, they've been working so hard for the past years to bring the World Cup back to America. And they tried 2022, didn't happen. and they did now, for 2026. It's gonna be amazing. U.S. is a country with more than 374 million people. Mexico and also Canada, they also gonna be part of this World Cup. Canada, for the first time ever, they're gonna have the professional league, the CPL, the Canadian Premier League. They already started last year. So with the growing of soccer, in America, with the growing of soccer in North America in general, that's gonna help for the new generation. We know Canada and US are two countries mainly composed by immigrants, people that come from all over the world with the passion, with the game, with the desire, to succeed, and that's also pretty important. They have the DNA and the soccer inside their blood. So I'm sure not only MLS but also U.S. soccer in general, they're going the right directions, and in the next 10 years, MLS is going to be one of the top leagues in the world. It's already one of the top 10 leagues in the world for a lot of aspects, but mainly for the technical part. There's better coaches coming to the league, better general manager, better strength and conditioning coach, scouts and there is a lot of areas inside of the game that has improved. And one example inside our club, we have our general manager from Italy. He's a Switzerland, Italy. Our head coach is from Argentina. One of our assistant coaches from Mexico. The director of methodology from our club is from Spain, and myself, the head of scouting, I'm from Brazil. So it's a big, it's a mix of culture from people from different parts of the world, different ideas, but we all go in the same direction with the same passion, and we all say that the soccer ball, it's the same all over the world. So it doesn't. That's why soccer is so amazing. That's why soccer is the most popular sport in the world.
Perfect. I do appreciate your time, all the information you have shared with us. Today we talked to Bruno Costa. He's the head of scout at San Jose Earthquakes at MLS. I appreciate the time. Thank you, Bruno.
No, my pleasure. See ya.